Thank you for having me. My name is Kasiva Mutua. I'm a percussionist, a drummer from Nairobi, Kenya. I'm very passionate about women's spaces in music and particularly, African women's spaces in music. Most of my work surrounds, drumming and women and music and women and the rights of women and, making musical spaces available and comfortable and accessible for women. I started playing percussion or had the idea of rhythm when I was 6 years old, and I started playing from stories that my grandmother used to tell me. It all started on my thighs and on desks and on pans and anything that I could find. And then it transcended on into drums, and now I'm making a living off of it, which is something that I did not ever see becoming a possibility. Back then, there was no social media, so just TV. I couldn't see women in the rhythm sections. And, as a young child, I did not understand. But now, as I look back, I realize the spaces for women in the rhythm section were not actually available. And this is because, of cultural and traditional beliefs. Right now, I'm trying my best to actually make percussion accessible to women because I realize there's actually women who want to drum, who want to play. In my own little way, I have started a group, an all female percussion group called Motra Music. And Motra means modern and traditional rhythms. So in this project, I teach young women and girls, the essentials of rhythm, where rhythms originate from, the art of performance, the history of drumming in Kenya and in Africa. I do that with two other drummers who are male and who heavily support the work that I do. Now this has actually inspired me to even go further and try and unite Kenyan women in music. So recently I started a program, or you could say like a series on my Instagram page called Vibe Na Queen. And Vibe Na Queen means vibe with the queen. And the queen is not me. The queen is the person that I'm hosting. So basically, Vibe Na Queen is my effort to try and unite Kenyan women in music, and especially during the COVID-19 season. Normally, it is hard to access the industry space as a musician, as a woman, but just to exist and to work as a woman is just hard in normal times. So I imagine now that there's a pandemic, how much more difficult is it for women to just inspire each other because we're not meeting in our regular spaces, we're not seeing each other in our regular spaces. So I started this as my effort to unite women and, just keep the conversation going and keep the fire going, even digitally, now that we cannot see each other. And in this way, we're able to network, we're able to communicate, but we're also able to inspire young girls who are actually looking up to these musicians. The episodes that I hosted are on my IGTV. They were very, very exciting because, for once, people got to see these women in a very natural, organic, away from the stage space. It's a whole story from my drumming to how the drumming connects to inspiring other drummers and how inspiring other drummers has connected into me starting a series to inspire and try and connect Kenyan women in music. As a musician, I feel the best way to communicate is through art. I usually say I tell my stories and I tell the stories of people I meet. And I also tell stories of my community and my country and my race using the drums as a tool of expression because that is where I express myself best. Music is the universal language. Music is the only way I can speak to somebody from Kazakhstan without understanding a single word. And in this way, music connects us all as human beings. Music is the one thing that is almost equal to COVID-19, which levels us, all of us, and just puts us on the same level in terms of understanding. You see, using music to send these messages is more impactful, I feel like, more than speaking about them because music sticks with you, the rhythm sticks with you, the melodies stick with you. Music is something enjoyable, and I feel like the more you use something that people enjoy to send messages or to invoke something or to say something, people receive this better than normal words. Collaboration is one of the things that I enjoy most in the essence of music, and it's because it helps me see the world from another person's perspective. Having the chance to collaborate with so many musicians, and I say this so humbly and so kindly because I realize it's not so many musicians who actually get the opportunity to be able to travel and to experience the world in this way. It's been quite an exciting journey. It's been so humbling. I love just immersing myself in other people's cultures. I enjoy immersing myself in their food, in their art, in their beliefs, and just seeing what makes them them, you know? I've been able to see what fuels people from their cultures and from their worlds, and which is very different from my world, and that gives me the ability to balance things and see my role, what role I play in this whole cycle. I've been able to meet women from different communities and see what fuels them, and what challenges they face and how they deal with these challenges, and that gives me so much fire because I realize I'm not alone. We are a big, big, big tribe of women all over the world. And in the way that I put it, in these small projects that we do, like Motra, and changing one girl at a time, there's a whole tribe of us in the world, and this gives me so much power and so much strength to keep pushing, because there's somebody doing the same work in Thailand, and there's somebody doing the same work in the States, and in Uganda next door. And this gives me the hope that it's not all lost. We're working for something that makes sense, something that has meaning. So just getting all this fire from everywhere and just collecting these little bits, it's like getting power pills from all over the world where I go, and I keep swallowing them, and I keep swallowing them, and I keep taking them. And just this gives me so much strength and just gives me the hope to keep pushing, and always renews the meaning of the work that we do every single day. I'm excited to keep drumming and keep, discovering new rhythms and discovering new perspectives from, other people's eyes. And as I said, I look forward to collaborating more. I'm also really excited to release my own music finally. I feel like I've been traveling so much, and COVID finally locked me down home for 1.5 years now. And I'm able to, just to get back into my brain and sieve out all these things that I've been collecting over the years. And now I think I'm finally able to sort of come up with a sound, because I've been looking for a sound, my sound, for a very long time. I have had a drum sound that I always, give to every project that I go to. But now I feel like it's time I gave an album, or, an EP, or just make music that encompasses my drum sounds, but also my melodies. Oh my God, I'm so excited for that. I'm also looking forward, I've been spending much more time with my girls in Motra. I think this is the most exciting. We've been learning so many rhythms together. We've expanded, we've become a bigger group, and now we are looking forward to working on an album also, and just getting to know each other in that sense, building a women's tribe of drummers, but also just, gelling in the fact that, and falling in the comfort of other women who actually understand your path and you understand theirs. There's such a comfort existing in that kind of ecosystem. I'm looking forward to collaborating with more women in the world, women with the same spirit and same energy that I hold. I'm looking forward to enjoying their talents and their gifts, and making magic, and telling our stories, because that is important.